immigrant communities in Columbus. It is a look on the immigrant communities in Columbus and the contributions they have made to Columbus. Okay, let's start this.
It's definitely. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay, let's learn some basic facts about Columbus right now. Columbus has a population of about 50,000 people according to the latest census. 1 in 7 people in Columbus are foreign born. This is indeed surprising for a small town of about 50,000 people. You usually see this in like the big cities, but you have that in Columbus as well. And I think I'm one of them. Public schools here have students who speak over 50 different languages, and that's a big number. Many people who are immigrants in Columbus come here finding work with companies like Cummins, Toyota, MTN, etc. And as you can see, that's a picture in the Columbus skyline.
It's still there. Okay, try again.
Okay. And here is the race and ethnicity data for Columbus. As you can see, there is a lot of diversity here, it's increasing. And this means that Columbus is a microcosm of the world. And this is according to the 2020 census data. Okay. Now let's learn about more demographical information. Out of the foreign-born population in Columbus, about 57% are from Asia, which includes countries like India, China, Japan, Philippines, etc. Many of them come here due to working in large multinational corporations like Cummins, Toyota, which came here in 1990. As you can see, there's a picture of the plant here, or at least I hope that is picture. The library here has over 3,700 non-English books in the languages listed here. I hope that's right. The Columbus City Council has decided on 2021 to allow Diwali, which is an Indian festival, to be one of the days where you can light fireworks. And I've seen that happen. Now let's learn about more of the history of Columbus as a whole. The first peoples who lived in the area were the Delaware people, or the Lenni Lenape. And Bartholomew County was created on 1821. It was named for Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Bartholomew. Many of the early migrants to Columbus came from other parts of the US, like the East and the South, and many of them came and are predominantly of English descent. Many of them come from the British Isles area. Soon German immigrants arrived as well, like the rest of the Midwest, and started to comprise a big chunk of the population here. And also the first railroad in Indiana was between Madison and Columbus. Let's learn about Zaharos. In 1898, a family of Greek immigrants arrived on Ellis Island. They were the Zahakov family, they were immigrants from Greece. They moved to Columbus at the dawn of the 20th century, and in 1900, they created what was the first iteration of the Zahakov's ice cream parlor and museum. Let's learn about Cummins. In 1919, Plessy Cummins founded the Cummins Corporation and brought in the bulk of immigrants that live here today. People like J. Edmund Miller supported Cummins to grow and also brought in some of the best architects in the world to make Columbus an architectural town. He also played an important role in civil rights when he desegregated Cummins. This started the welcoming attitude and continuing it on, which we still witness in Columbus today, that everyone has witnessed. Okay. Let's learn about the services that the library has that can help immigrants and basically anyone. We have language learning services like Gale courses, Mango languages, and Rosetta Stone Level 1 language courses, which are used to learn different languages. Then you have training for basic computer skills and workplace skills. And keep in mind that this is available to all. And additional services include citizenship test prep, genealogy services for people who want to find out about their ancestors, faxing, copying material, notary, book and librarian, professional development services, and English is the second language classes. Yes, sir. And let's talk about some organizations run by immigrants in Columbus. Sukasa was founded in 1999, whose mission is to build a valued and thriving Latino community. And it was created when there was an influx of Latino migrants to Columbus. There's also the Columbus Area Multi-Ethnic Organization, or CAMEO, that has joined together with, is a conglomeration of several immigrant organizations that came here to showcase their culture to the Columbus area community. They also run the Ethnic Expo, which is a popular festival that has several booths from people of different countries and ethnic backgrounds. Let's learn more about CAMEO. CAMEO is one of the most prevalent immigrant organizations in Columbus and also has contributed a lot to the community. And these are the founding organizations of CAMEO. As you can see, it has organizations with immigrant communities from around the world, basically. Let's expand a bit more about the Ethnic Expo. The Ethnic Expo is a celebration of different ethnicities that are residing in Columbus, Indiana. It is run by CAMEO, and it includes several booths from different countries where people showcase their culture, their clothing, their food. And I personally have been to some of them, and I enjoyed that experience. I'm sure you would have as well. In 2021, which was the bicentennial of the Columbus and Bartholomew County, they decided to split it up into different days where the African American community, the Chinese community, the Indian community, the Latino community can all showcase their culture. It happened over the course of several months, actually. And I'm sure that you have been to some of them as well. Interviews. So during the course of this project, I have interviewed several people, both immigrants and non-immigrants. This will bring in a more diverse view of the situation from immigrants who moved here as well as the people who welcomed them here. They are from the Chinese, Indian, Latino, and white community. Most of them were members and leaders of their own community organizations, and they've been organizing different events for communities. They moved in over a period of 28 years. And one of them came from China in the 90s and lived here until the mid-2000s and moved back to China. Then in the mid-2010s, they came back to Columbus. As you can see, a lot of moving around. One of them was one of the founders of the Chinese Association of Columbus and led them in the 2000s. One of them worked with Sukasa, an organization that helped with the transition of immigrants. One of them led the Indian Association of Columbus as well. All of them who have interviewed believe that the companies in Columbus like Cummins, Toyota, NTN, Faurecia, Vallejo, and LHP have brought in more immigrants and have benefited the community. All of them believe that Columbus has changed a lot since they moved in and has led to more acceptance of diversity. There are students from different ethnic backgrounds in schools, overall increased diversity everywhere, including things like more ethnic grocery stores that you can see around Columbus. In the 90s, there were only about 7 Chinese families. This is I've heard from multiple people. Only about 7 Chinese families, now there are over hundreds. There used to be only 130 Indians in the early 2000s, but now there are over thousands. We don't know the exact number, but it is over 1,000. All of them believe that in the future, Columbus is only going to get more diverse, and that is a good thing. One of them believe that yes, there will be some people who will be uncomfortable with it for various reasons. One of them said that America should be like a vegetable soup in which everyone has their own identity in it. One of them pointed out that the new diversity that you see in Columbus, you see it with the younger immigrant families moving to Columbus and living in apartments with each other and so on. Let's learn about Indian cultural organizations specifically. The Hindu Society of Southern Indiana is building a Ganesh temple at this moment, and they have religious prayer services. They have been learning English as a second language for people who didn't learn that, they didn't have the luxury to learn that. And also you have like yoga and meditation classes that anyone can partake in basically. The Columbus Ganesh Utsav Mandal, which is another Indian organization, hosts the Ganesh festival every year. And in fact, last year they hosted it as part of the Ethnic Expo. and they have community services available for different people as well. The Indian Association of Columbus has several cultural events like Diwali, Holi, which are Indian festivals. They also have sports tournaments like cricket, which is a popular sport in India, and tennis, table tennis, and soccer. And let's talk about Chinese cultural organizations a lot more. The Columbus Chinese Association aims to offer and promote Chinese language and culture. They do activities like teaching Chinese language to kids and people of different backgrounds, and also do cultural events like the Chinese New Year Gala, and also they host the Ethnic Expo. Every ethnic group in Columbus, however small or big, will have an organization to which they'll try to promote their culture. And let's talk about the African American cultural organizations as well. The NAACP has a branch in Columbus in which they will ensure a society in which all individuals have equal rights without discrimination based on race. They also support Black-owned businesses in the area. And this is the conclusion. All of this shows us that Columbus is a gladly, and not in a bad way, in southern Indiana, in which has a rich diversity and ample amounts of different communities living in Columbus. And experience facets of different cultures, learn about them, and celebrate them. Before I came here 4 years ago, I didn't know that Columbus had this much diversity. I thought it just had a bit, but it has a lot. And knowing about this knowledge has made my mind much more richer. I want to say thanks to the Bartholomew County Public Library, especially Audrey, Sandy, Stephanie, for helping me put up this place. Helping me put up this and giving me the opportunity to say this. And I also want to say thanks to Giango, Hubert, Ryan, Prem, and Gary, who are the people I've interviewed for this project, and they give me ample amounts of information. And I want to say finally thanks to Ashutosh, who's my mentor, who's also helped me a lot through this duration of this project. Here are some sources from which I used to make this presentation. Thanks for being here. And if you have any questions, you can ask me right now.
So if you have any questions, you can type them into the Zoom chat if you're visiting with us virtually. And then we can also take in-person questions in the room as well. Lynn, can you talk about why you decided to pick this topic for your project for your senior year?
Well, I'm very interested in history and geography and learning about different cultures. I like geography a lot. So I decided that I want to do a senior project where I can teach the community about the different stuff that is there, but also do something that I like to do that includes all the things that I like, actually.
That's good. Were there things that surprised you or new things you learned along the way while you did your research?
Yeah, I did learn that Columbus has a lot of diversity in different organizations that I didn't know existed.
Yep, 1 second. It says, thank you, and good job on presentation. That's from your mentor. Nice presentation, very good info from Kalai.
You said that.
Did I say that right? So Marvin's.
Let's see.
Here we go. Okay. Who or what inspired you to do this presentation?
There's not someone particularly, but I was very interested in the topic overall, and that's why I decided to do it.
Okay. Got another good job.
You've got an active audience on Zoom. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, in your opinion, what can teens do to make Columbus more welcoming to all?
I think when new immigrants come, you just welcome them saying, hey, how are you? These are the different.
The question is, what makes you think that it is more welcoming here?
It is more welcoming because there's a lot more of immigrants that can welcome each other, but also there's like different things like restaurants and different stuff in stores as well that can welcome them. Like they can make them feel like they're, at home. And also there are also people who are welcoming, saying, welcome to Columbus. Stuff like that.
Please.
And what do you like about Columbus?
Well, I do like the fact that there is a lot of diversity here. And also I like the fact that it is like an hour away from Indy.
Let's see, do we have any last questions for Runan? I think that might be it. Well, I'll come back up. Well, thank you so much, Runan, for your excellent presentation. I learned a lot during it. I think probably a lot of us learned a lot, especially based on the comments you had in the Zoom room. So thank you everyone for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Bye, everyone. Thank you.